John Mugabi has made all the right moves in his 5 years as a pro. In fact, he's been perfect. The middleweight title contender has knocked out 25 of 25 opponents and is signed for a shot at marvelous Marvin Hagler's crown. On the way, the Beast is tuning up with a fight against Bill Bradley. And as far as Mugabi is concerned, it's not if Bradley will fall, but when and how. It might be from a powerful right or a thunderous left. You'll see John the Beast Mugabi go for his 26th consecutive knockout on Top Rank Boxing tonight. Overtime. And by Exxon, quality you can count on. We are set for boxing action here in Atlantic City. We will open up with featherweight, so stay with us.
Congratulations. Let's go back to Sam Rosen at ringside.
Thanks, Al. And coming up, our main event, John the Beast Mugabi goes against Bill Bradley. Don't go away. It's next. Sam Rosen and Al Bernstein ringside at Trump Casino Hotel in Atlantic City, New Jersey, moments away from our main event, which features the man who will fight for the middleweight championship in November, John the Beast Mugabi. Al has a close-up look at the Beast.
John the Beast Mugabi's name conjures up one image: raw power. Vampire Johnson found out about that power last year when he tried slugging with Mugabi. The result was this devastating left hook and a second-round knockout. Even if Mugabi telegraphed this hook, Johnson couldn't escape. He became one of John's 25 knockout victims. The 25-year-old Ugandan has marched through a number of top middleweights, including Frank Fletcher. The animal was no match for the Beast. Fletcher spent most of the fight on the ropes taking a beating. Any stationary target is in trouble against Mugabi, especially in the early rounds. Mugabi was relentless, and he finished Frank off in the fourth for yet another knockout win. Mugabi's early explosiveness was never more in evidence than against Earl Hargrove. Earl is also a big puncher, but he made the mistake of rumbling with Mugabi early in this fight. He paid for it in the very first round. Although there are still some questions about Mugabi's stamina and chin, there are none about his power. He can take most anyone out over the first 5 rounds. And that's what Bill Fireball Bradley will have to contend with. Is he ready? He says yes.
Bill Bradley, everybody says it's not a matter of will you fall, it's when will you fall. What do you say to that?
I said everybody's underestimating me, and they ought to look at it, 2 ways. When will he fall? That's what I say. He'd be going out.
How do you expect to accomplish what no one else has been able to accomplish?
Like right now, I'm in very good shape, and I've been helped a lot by Champ Chaney and my fiance, Angela Matthews. They've been behind me 100%. So I'm ready today. I'm in very good shape, and I think that'll pull it off.
He better be ready, because there's the Beast. And the Beast is ready. He has been perfect in his career. 25 fights, 25 knockouts. John Mugabi, 25 years old, from Kampala, Uganda, whose last fight was March 17th when he knocked out Earl Hargrove in the first round. And there have been a lot of first-round knockouts for John Mugabi. We are set for the introductions to our main event. Let's go to Michael Buffer.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, let's get ready to rumble. This is the main event of the evening. Scheduled for 10 rounds, this is in the middleweight division. The referee for this bout is Larry Hazard. Introducing first in the red corner, wearing the black trunks with red trim. He weighs 158 1/4 pounds from Middletown, Ohio. His professional record, an excellent one, 22 victories, only 7 losses, 12 KOs to his credit. Let's have a big hand for Billy Fireball Bradley. And his opponent in the blue corner, wearing the white trunks with black trim, weighing 161 pounds even from Kampala, Uganda. His professional record, unblemished, 25 victories, 25 KOs. Ladies and gentlemen, the #1 ranked junior middleweight in the world, John the Beast Mugabi.
And there is John Mugabi, who has 10 first-round knockouts, 6 second-round knockouts. Larry Hazard's instructor.
Pushing, holding, or wrestling. When I give you a command, I expect you to obey it. If you knock your opponent down, go to the farthest neutral corner. Remain in that corner until I tell you to continue boxing. If you go down, you must take a mandatory 8 count. 3 knockdown ruling has been waived, and the bell cannot save you if you go down toward the end of a round, except in the final round. You have any questions? I'd shake hands. Come out fighting at the bell. Good luck to you both.
Scheduled for 10, Bradley's last fight, knocked out in the 4th round, December 11th of 1984 by Matthew Hilton in Montreal. Mugabi, as I mentioned, stopped Earl Hargrove in the first, one of 10 first-round knockouts by Mugabi. Joining us at ringside, the manager and co-trainer of Marvelous Marvin Hagler, the middleweight champion, Goody Petronelli. And we welcome him here as he takes a look at John Mugabi, who will be Marvelous Marvin Hagler's next opponent.
You see Bradley getting inside as much as he can early. He wants to be inside the punching power of Mugabi. He thinks if he can smother Mugabi, he can take this fight to the later rounds, and hopefully then, at that point, take advantage of what some people think is a chink in his armor, Mugabi, and that is it tends to get a little tired, perhaps.
Big, wide left hook thrown by Mugabi. You can see the tremendous confidence he has just in his position and his stance. Goody, what are your impressions of John Mugabi?
Well, not that really impressed with him. I think the kid is fighting him a little wrong, though. He's pressing him, and he should be doing more boxing. Either stay on the outside or right in tight. And he's coming out too strong, and that's not too good. He can't last long that way.
And he got hit with a good right hand by Mugabi.
You know, you're right, Goody. He's in that no man's land. He's not far enough away, and he's not close enough.
Left uppercut hurt. Bradley rocked him back. Bradley collecting himself.
Well, no one questions Mugabi's power, that's for sure. And when he can get a clean shot against you, especially if you're a stationary target, he'll send you down.
Midway point of round 1.
Many thought that Earl Hargrove, who is the puncher, would test Mugabi's chin, but Mugabi wisely didn't give him a chance. He went right after Hargrove and took advantage of Earl early.
Mugabi with a right to the body caught Bradley coming in. Solid right hand. Good left hook, rocks Bradley back again. And Bradley ties Mugabi up.
Well, it looks like another typical Mugabi performance. Bill Bradley's certainly not a top 10 fighter or even close to it, but Mugabi is teeing off on him.
And Bradley able to cover up and take the brunt of that left hook on the gloves.
And Bradley pawing with that left jab, and Goody, he's just inviting the right over it.
Oh, definitely. He's stepping right in. He's just asking for it. He's right in punching range. He's not. He should either be in tight or should be away, and right now he's asking for it. He's not coming back with nothing. He's posing out there.
Late in round 1, Mugabi not extending himself, not looking to it, and they go down. Got wrapped up. Bradley holding on. It's a slip. As we come to the end of round 1, and that in itself is an accomplishment for Bill Bradley. He survived the first round.
And got a takedown as well.
40% of the fighters that have fought John Mugabi have not survived the first round. So that's an accomplishment. Into John Mugabe's corner, Mickey Duff, his manager, leaning in.
Combination. You understand?
George Francis, his trainer.
You've got to set him up for 2 or 3 punches.
It's a drink, Jim.
So you stick, jab, and then you put the punches together. You understand? All you got to do when he runs in, John, when he runs in, watch his elbow. You've got to shoot him. Now.
Well, Goody, obviously you're compiling a scouting report in your mind on John Mugabi. Well, let's take a look at Mugabe's power here with the left. You see that uppercut. What would you say? How would you go about fighting John Mugabi?
Well, it's no secret how to fight him. I mean, the thing is, you wouldn't fight him this way here. I mean, the kid is game. He's asking for it. He's putting the pressure on him. That's what Mugabe's looking for. And you got to give Mugabe some speed, some combination, something to look for. And Mugabe got a lot of confidence, this kid, because the kid is asking for it. See him? He's right in punching range. Right in punching range. See that?
Not quite the challenge Marvin will present to him.
Oh, yeah, that's for sure. The kid's game, though, but that's all you can say for him.
Just a matter of time, you think?
Yep. Yep.
You know, among the people Mugabe has fought, there really aren't that many classic boxers in that group. There are a lot of people who do come to him and come right into his cannon. So the point you make is really accurate, Goody, that he thrives on people that are short and are aggressive and come after him.
Yeah, that's for sure. He just has to wait and counter. Just wait till the man comes at him. He doesn't have to move at all. But the kid's a game kid.
There's that left hook that stunned Bradley.
There has not been enough head movement from Bill Bradley. That's what Champ Chaney said they wanted to do. Slip and slide, hit Mugabe from angles, and that really hasn't happened yet. Mugabe's hands are very low, though, Goody. I mean, they are very low, and he is getting hit with some things from Bradley.
I know it, believe it or not, yeah.
I think that's just a sign of perhaps contempt for Bill Bradley, that he doesn't consider him a real top-notch opponent at all.
Probably, I think so. He's just setting his own pace. He's setting back, waiting the kid to come in.
Bradley has done one thing. He's kept that right hand up to block a lot of those left hooks.
All right, Bradley, step back. Let him out.
Minute to go in round 2.
You know, even when Mugabe doesn't land a punch square, he's knocking Bradley off balance. Shows you the power he has.
There's the left hook. Landing by Mugabe as Bradley tries to tie it up.
You know, on the inside, some people feel Mugabe is vulnerable. Would you like to see Marvin on the inside against him?
Marvin do well on the inside. Marvin is very versatile, as you know. He's outside on inside.
Well, he certainly fought well against the taller Hearns on the inside. And in other fights, he's done that, though not always given credit for it.
Right.
Bradley has taken some shots to the body that have taken a lot out of him. He looks like he could be ready to go at any moment right now. 10 seconds to go in round 2. Bradley holding on and surviving as we come to the end of the second round.
Well, John Mugabe's also a body puncher. Look, he throws his left hook, and that under the heart, and that knocks Bill Bradley backwards. A lot of power there.
Round 3. It's scheduled for 10. Perhaps the Beast is getting a little work in and maybe carrying Bill Bradley a little bit.
Well, I've got him winning the first 2 rounds, Mugabe, that's for sure. They steadfastly said today, Mickey Duff and George Francis and Mugabe, they were not going to carry Bill Bradley. So we don't want to worry about butts or anything. We want to go in, we want to knock him out and get out of this and then prepare for Marvin Hagler.
Well, as you said, Al, Bradley is doing a lot of holding. He took a left hook to the body one more time. Do you have to be concerned about that left hook, Goody?
Not really.
Why not? It looks like that's his favorite punch.
Yeah, but he's got, like you say, he's got a kid out there that he can land it on. We're not taking him lightly, that's for sure, but Marvin's got too many guns with this guy.
Goody Petronelli is with us at ringside, the manager and co-trainer of Marvelous Marvin Hagler, the middleweight champion of the world, who will defend against John Mugabi in November.
If there's a rap against Mugabi, it is that he's a one-dimensional fighter. Look at him look at the ground. Now I think he's trying to decoy Bill Bradley by looking at his feet and then probably throwing either the left hook or the overhand right.
Little showboat stuff. Little Mugabi shuffle.
And that's uncharacteristic of Mugabi to a great extent. I mean, he's got Bill Bradley in just right where he wants him.
Well, a big crowd has turned out to see Mugabi. He lands a left-right to the body, right to the heart of Bradley. Bradley is trying to tie up Mugabi. Matter of time now. Bradley is stunned, shaken up, wobbly on his feet. Mugabi going for it. And Bradley, look at what Bradley just did. He picked him up just to stop it.
Well, that's one way to stop Mugabi from hitting you. Bill Bradley's strong, I guess. Bradley just cannot hurt him. He hits him with 2 left hooks, but they're slapping punches.
Half a minute to go in the 3rd round. Mugabi landing the right-hand uppercut.
And I know Larry Hasler will be very, very careful to watch Bill Bradley so that if he is in trouble, he will step in quickly.
Bradley fighting a survivor's fight in the final seconds of round 3. Mugabi with tremendous power to the body.
You know, Bradley's been able to land the left hook, but he just doesn't have anything on it. Can't hurt Mugabi with it.
Lancing left hook, the end of round 3. And Larry Hasler leads John Mugabi away. You can see the pained expression on the face of Bill Bradley. I think he wants to quit right now. I think he'd be very happy if the fight were stopped. The game, kid, that's for sure.
How do you feel? How do you feel, Billy?
The doctor is checking him out.
Let's see. Let's see. I'd like to have somebody from City.
Here's where John Mugabi first got Bradley in some difficulty. That right hand. Now, Mugabi, who is a good finisher, we've certainly seen that, goes after him with some big left hooks. And now you'll see Bradley just pick Mugabi up. He is really stunned, but he grabs on to Mugabi, lifts him in the air and says, I've had enough of this.
Stop, please. Round 4, scheduled for 10, and it's gone a lot longer than most people expected. Bill Bradley, early in his career, built up a pretty good record. In his first 3 years, he was 20-3. Actually, at one point was 20-1.
Well, he has obviously become an opponent, and that is what he is in there for against John Mugabi. And it's to his credit, I guess, that he's gone 4 rounds. And, of course, we should point out that fighters who are better than Bill Bradley, I mean, Earl Hargrove and Vampire Johnson and Curtis Parker, Gary Guyton, who is also a powerful fighter, they have not gone 4 with him. You know, the one thing all those fighters have in common is that they are punchers. They have suspect chins and they are punchers. And I wonder, again, what will Mugabi do when faced with a boxer like Marvin Hagler? That's the key question, really, Goody.
Yeah, he'd be in trouble, that's for sure.
For sure, this is not a totally objective viewpoint.
Yeah.
Good left hook got in by Mugabi. That is his big punch. So he does pack a lot of power in the right hand as well. This is our main event, round 4, scheduled for 10. All Mugabi. The only question that people are asking is, how does he fare, or how does he measure up to Marvelous Marvin Hagler? I want to see the power of the man who has been nicknamed the Beast. 25 knockouts in 25 fights.
You know, giving Bill Bradley some credit here, he has taken the same kinds of punches that have been knocking out these other people. Now, we do get into an area where the conditioning of of Mugabi, which really may not be that good for this fight. May start to have some impact on whether he can knock Bradley out. I don't know.
Bradley's taking some big shots, and then he ties Mugabi up. Swelling under the left eye of Bill Bradley. Bradley's able to tie Mugabi up one more time. Half a minute to go in the 4th round. There have been no knockdowns. For most people here viewing the fight, that's got to be a surprise. Counting down to the end of round 4 of our main event. Welcome back to Trump Casino Hotel in Atlantic City. The fight has been stopped. The doctors checking in with Bill Bradley have determined he's taken enough punishment, and the fight has been stopped at the end of the 4th round. It's a TKO victory for John Mugabi, though it did not show us the big knockout booming punch that most people were looking for. Bradley took a lot of good shots.
Well, he did, and as I pointed out, some better fighters than him had not taken those shots, and he had taken a lot of punishment as we look at Bill Bradley. He never did really get into the flow of his fight plan, as Goody pointed out, to get inside, bob, weave, stick, hit him from different angles. He was right in the punching room of John Mugabi, and as we look at Mickey Duff talking to Mugabi, the main point for him is that he won tonight. And even if he wasn't as devastating as some would like him to be, he won. He now gets to prepare for Hagler. And I don't know that we can really deduce too much from this fight, to be perfectly honest.
Not really. Goody Petronelli, sitting in with us at ringside, has gone back to the locker room to work with some other fighters. We thank him for sitting in with us. His parting comment was that Marvelous Marvin will feast on the beast.
Well, of course, that's his viewpoint, and it's not an objective one, but it's one that's shared by many people. And he's going to have to deal, John Mugabi, with the question of fighting a skilled boxer. Frankly, you look down the list of opponents, he's fought some very good punchers and some tough guys. No genuinely skilled boxers. That's the question.
Okay, let's get the official announcement and time from Michael Buffer in the ring.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Larry Hazard stops this bout at the end of the 4th round. 26 in a row, 26 straight knockouts. The winner, John the Beast Mugabi.
Kind of a mixed reaction. I think the fans here at Trump Casino Hotel wanted to see Mugabi land with the big knockout. It didn't happen. The fight is stopped. Al will be talking with John Mugabi and company in a moment. Week on Top Rank Boxing, right back here in Atlantic City. We'll be at Resorts International in the ESPN Junior Welterweight Tournament Finals. The Eastern Division will be held. Bruce Williams and Ramon Santana. Bruce Williams 18-1-1. Ramon Santana 14-3, 11 knockouts. Al and I will be ringside to bring it to you Thursday night, August 15th, live from Resorts International in Atlantic City. Right now, live from Trump Casino Hotel, Al with John the Beast Mugabi. Al?
John, first, were you happy with what you did tonight?
I wasn't happy because I wasn't in the good shape. Probably on this fight, I didn't train, so hard. But my mind, it was, for the big fight.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
You were looking ahead a little bit to Marvin Hagler. Mickey, I know you were a little concerned about the fact you're coming into this fight with not the best condition, but Bill Bradley was not a puncher. He was not that tough an opponent. What about the preparation now for Hagler? What does John have to do to get ready for Hagler, other than obviously getting into shape?
I'll tell you now, and he knows it. I'm going to arrest him for 3 months. I'm not going to leave his side. We're going back to Tampa. He's going to start training. We're then doing some press conferences. And from there onwards, we are going to train at the Eden Rock Hotel in Miami for 8 weeks. And he will not miss a day's work. He will be in the best shape of his life. He was like in 60% condition. That's why we took a warm-up fight, because I knew he had to have something to work for to get him ready for the next fight. The next fight, he will be in the condition of his life, and he will knock out marvelous Marvin Hagler. Make no mistake about it.
Now, why do you say that? What is it about his style and his skills that make you feel that he can knock out Hagler?
Because he has the combination punches. And let me tell you this, I don't delude myself. Marvelous Marvin Hagler is, without a doubt, the best opponent that John Mugabi will have fought. Equally, John the Beast Mugabi is the best opponent Marvin Hagler will have ever fought. Make no mistake.
Better than Tommy Hearns?
Yes, better than Tommy. He would have knocked Hearns out quicker than Hagler did. He had exactly the same style. What Hagler did in that fight, he does naturally every fight. Maybe not so much tonight because he wasn't in the shape. But normally, that's what he does. He gets right on top of your backside and he sits on you. And that's what Hagler did, and that was the way to lick Hearns. And I think they knew it. That's why they paid him off to fight Hagler first.
Some would say that the one question would be that as you look down the list of opponents that John has fought, he's fought some very good punchers, some very tough fighters. Maybe not the boxers that Hagler is. Does that concern you at all?
No, it doesn't concern me because a little out of shape tonight. You saw when he chose to box, he's a good boxer. He has a good jab, he has a good sense of anticipation. He won't lose nothing with Hagler when they're boxing. But Hagler says he's going to feast on the beast. I keep saying, let him come out and fight John Mugabi the way he fought Thomas Hearns. And the first one that takes a pace back is a sissy.
But most people think he won't fight that way. What if he doesn't? What if he boxes John Mugabi? What then?
As Joe Louis, as the late Joe Louis, beloved Joe Louis used to say, he can run, but he can't hide.
All right, the last question. His stamina has been questioned because of the Hard Rock Green fight. How do we know he can go 10, 12 rounds?
I don't know how his stamina could be questioned in the Hard Rock Green fight. He took a hell of a licking when he got a thumb in the eye in the second round, stayed in there in the third round, weathered all kinds of storms and had enough energy left to knock out Green in the last round. If he was lacking in stamina that night, then it's impossible to have stamina.
Okay, an impressive barrister for his case, Mickey Duff. And John Mugabi, well, he knocked out Fireball Bradley, and he's headed for Marvin Hagler. Let's go back to Sam.
Thank you, Al. Thanks to Mickey Duff, and thanks to John the Beast Mugabi. The next time you will see him in the ring will be in November when he goes after the middleweight championship of the world, currently held by marvelous Marvin Hagler. A TKO victory for John the Beast Mugabi tonight. We'll be back in just a moment.